Hello, everybody. Welcome to our session from Planisware, one of our sponsors today. Thank you so much to Planisware for being a sponsor. Because of Planisware and all of our other sponsors, we're able to bring this conference to everybody for free. So thank you so much to them. Please be sure to go visit them in the booth and show them a little love and say thank you. Reminder to everybody, if you have any comments or you want to tell us where you're joining from, please type that in the chat. And if you have any questions, please put that in the QA section. And with that, I'll turn it over to Clemence.
Thank you, Joe. And hi, everyone. And welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining the session. I'm really happy to talk to you today. So my name is Clémence Baronique, and I'm the account executive for Planisware. So Planisware, as Joe said, is one of the sponsors of that event. And it's also an editor of project and portfolio management solution. So here today, I'd like to talk with you about how Planisware PPM solution can help PMO to optimize their strategic portfolio. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you're going to be able to see it in a minute. So let's go. All right, a few words about me. As I said, my name is Clemence. As you can hear it, I'm French, but I'm working for our US market, North American market. I'm also working with a couple of South American customers. And so I'm account executive for Planisware um, Orchestra. I have been working for the software, PPM software industry for more than 6 years now. And I've been working with many customers from the PPM evaluation until the end of the implementation. So I gain a lot of understanding of the main challenges these customers experience, especially the PMOs. Um, and that's why I'm here today to share this experience with you. A few words about Planisware. So Planisware is one of the pioneer on the PPM software industry. We have been on the market for more than 27 years now. So we are a very experienced partner, potential partner, and highly recognized by most of the analysts, such as Gartner, that again gave us the title of a leader on its adaptive project management and reporting quadrant. The key facts about Planisware is that Planisware is a privately owned software company. We still have our two founders that are still in the company in the Paris office and in San Francisco. And it's a company that is really increasing every year. Now we have more than 800,000 users around the world to take care of. And it looks like we do pretty well our job because we have the best retention rate on the market with a 98% retention rate. And it's thanks to more than 600 employees that are working with Planisware around the world. The tool I'm going to talk to you about today and our solution is called Planisware Orchestra. It's an all-in-one project and portfolio management solution. The objective is to provide you a unique system, a unique platform to manage your entire project lifecycle. And we can see that project lifecycle divided into three main phases. The strategic phase is to help your decision makers, such as your portfolio managers, your program managers, to make the right decisions about which project they should select based on existing constraints on the budget side, but also on the resource side. Um, and that's something we're going to talk about today. The second phase is the operational phase. So once the decisions are made, how to provide the right tools to your project resource managers to schedule properly their projects, assign their resources, and track the delivery of that project until the end. And at the end, be able to compare the performance of the project versus what was forecasted. So is going to be a very complete and robust tool that's going to be able to manage all of the cycle. But for today, I'd like us to focus on that strategic part and how Planisware can help you optimize your strategic portfolio. As a portfolio manager, most of the time, there are two main challenges uh, for you is first of all, being able to control and review your ongoing project portfolio health in real time. Um, the second is once I know how my portfolio is going, what's the health, what's the trend about my existing and ongoing projects, how can I make decision about the future and select and prioritize the right projects for the future based on my strategy. So be sure that I'm aligning my decision with my corporate strategy and also being realistic with my constraints in terms of budget and especially in terms of capacity. So you're going to be able to simulate the impacts of your decisions on your capacity. So if we start from that more like providing your management a big picture of their portfolio and let them know about the portfolio health in real time. It's really important. It can sound very simple, but it's not. Many times I ask PMO team, do you know how many active projects you have? And they cannot answer my question. They need to go back to their team and ask, and they come back to me a couple of days after. And that's not normal. That's an answer you should have right away, uh, especially as a portfolio manager or as a program manager. So Planisware Orchestra will provide you this consolidated view of all your projects and their real-time status in terms of health, in terms of trend, in terms of metrics such as return on investment indicator or percentage complete, all the information that you need to know as a decision maker. And most of the time, it's not that easy. And you need also to have that information at the right level. That's why we're going to help you to build your portfolio structure. You can see on the right an example of a portfolio structure. At the top, you have the business master plan, and then you can divide into three main portfolio level. For example, again, the objective is to provide to the right audience the right level of information. Then keep providing this big picture to management, you're going to need dashboards and real-time dashboards. And again, these dashboards have to be adapted to your audience. For example, if you talk to your CEO or to the top management, the executives, most of the time they need to have very holistic information. For example, they want to see the main important upcoming milestones. They don't want to dig into too much operational details. They really want high level information. They want to track their corporate objectives. They want to track the global state and trend of their business master plan, but they want to stay pretty high level. And all this data is going to come from an automatic roll up from your projects directly to your programs and portfolios. So, as a decision maker, you will not have to ask anyone to get that information in real time. And all these reporting features that you're going to have at the program portfolio level is really going to help you to know what is happening, which project is working well, which project is not, where you should focus your attention, if you have to reprioritize, if you have maybe to provide more resource to a project, but you need information to react and anticipate issues. And that's why these real-time dashboards are really going to help you PMO to optimize the management of that portfolio. Now, what happens when you have to make decision it's good to know what is on the way, but what about the future? What about the pipeline? Um, one of very common requirements coming from the PMO that are reaching out to us is they want to make more um, strategic decision, and they want to be sure that the project they're selecting are aligned with their strategic objectives. And most of the time, there is a disconnection between the strategic objective, corporate objective from the top, and the project that are executing on the fields. So they put in place a lot of metrics, for example, some scoring cards that help them to evaluate the strategic alignment of these potential projects with their corporate objectives. And you're going to have these kind of features to help you compare apple to apple across your pipeline for all your projects and look, for example, at which project are providing me with the best return investment indicator, which projects obtain the best strategic alignment score, which project combine both good ROI with good strategic scoring, or maybe you might need another combination. Your priority is ROI, but then you want to have a low risk impact. So playing with all these indicators, you're going to be able to make objective and smart decisions about the project you should start. And you can really have a very comprehensive view in comparison of your potential projects. And this will allow you to redefine the level of priority of your different projects from very critical to low priority, for example. So that's one of the first feature that's going to help you to make good decision is to compare all your potential projects and look at your indicators, the most meaningful for you, and based on that, prioritize these potential projects. But once you have done that exercise of defining the level of priority of your different projects, you need to fill the gap between your dream scenario and the reality with your existing constraints, especially in terms of resources. So, being able to simulate the impacts of your potential project on your capacity is key for a PMO. Um, and also key for the PMO to be able to explain and justify to the top management that every project cannot be done because we have limited resources, right? So this what if scenario capacity features is really going to help PMOs in their decisions. And here we can see on that screen, for example, that we have all the projects that we might have selected in the screen we just seen before with their different level of priority. And on the right, we can see a big Gantt chart showing a line per project where the project might be delivered, the presentation complete, what are the upcoming projects. And at the bottom, we can see our resources and by resource types. And we can very easily see the impacts of our scenario on our capacity and all our resource types. For example, if we look here, we can see that the developers are overlocated, would be overlocated, for example, over the next months. I mean, in October and apparently in November as well. So that means that if we combine our ongoing projects more the potential projects that we like to start because we gave them a high level of priority, we will not have enough developers to work on all of these selected projects based on what they request. So we cannot do that. And we need to make adjustments. We can either, for example, play with the start date of this project and maybe postpone one of these projects in time, or we can turn off other projects, maybe ongoing projects that might be maybe less critical than new ones, or maybe just postpone and put on hold some new ongoing project for later, maybe within a month, within 6 months or next year. but we can play until we find a scenario that works and that help us to understand where are going to be the gap. Because maybe you're going to be able to hire new resources or you will not. And so in that case, you will have to make choices about which project you want to do. And you're going to be able to create multiple scenarios. Maybe some scenarios are going to be optimizing, for example, the revenues. Another scenario is going to be, for example, uh, optimizing the cost. So you can play with multiple scenarios until you find the right one for your organization. But I think that to do all of this, again, you need this comprehensive view that we have seen before. And that's why more and more PMOs are reaching out to Planisware because they want this type of PPM tools to be able to improve their decision-making process, and because they need that holistic and strategic view at the portfolio level that will allow them to really become efficient and provide a good return on investment across the organization. So it was fast and short because I had only 15 minutes. But if you are interested in knowing more about about that these features, the set of features that we have seen together, please feel free to stop by the Planisware booth and talk to me. And we can organize demos as well in one-to-one in the future, or I can provide you with more information and some brochure of our products. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you in the booth.
Thank you, Clemence, and thank you everybody for attending. And certainly thank you to the broader PlanusView organization as well for their continued support of the community. I strongly encourage everybody to go out to the booths and be able to take advantage of the information that's out there. Also, encourage everybody to attend one of our other sessions. I know it's been a long conference, and some of you may have just been joining. We've had some great panelists so far. We've got some great panels and individual discussions coming up. So we're going to end the session now and encourage you to go join one of the other groups.